Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hyperconscious Podcast. Alan, what is hyperconscious?
Once you understand why something is the way that it is, now you have the power to change it. Great conversations with great people and great questions are the keys to the kingdom of unlocking your consciousness.
Every single action that you do starts as a thought. When you control the way you think, you will control the way you act, and you will control the way you live. That is hyperconscious. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hyperconscious Podcast is proudly sponsored by our friend and mentor, David Meltzer of the Playbook Podcast. He was kind enough to join us on episode 144 and 135.
Folks, it has become Kevin and I's mission in life to help you realize that the life of your dreams is right on the other side of you becoming the greatest version of yourself. Let us help you do that.
I rarely do these things twice in such a short amount of time, but you guys impress me. I believe in people that provide value and of our service. You two guys are on your way to huge fulfillment, purpose, and profitability, and I look forward to helping you both.
We appreciate that more than you know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyperconscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode where Alan and I were lucky enough to sit down in this very studio with the one and only Dr. Robert Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Today, for episode number 215, we are going to do a 5-minute clinic on Your World Within Live 2019, our experiences from it.
So, before we jump into this episode, first I want to say that weekend was single-handedly the greatest weekend of my life, and I know that a lot of other people that attended would also say the same, but that said, just getting started, and we're going to climb from there. But before we jump into this episode, I want you to go to the hyperconsciouspodcast.com, click on join, hashtag hyperconsciousnation. What you're going to get in that group is more than just wisdom, knowledge, Facebook Lives from us, but a community of like-minded people that will understand you. Kevin and I were just talking about some of the people that were at Your World Within Live 2019 telling us that they went back to their old environments and some people don't believe in them. That group, I'll just tell this briefly, I went very vulnerable in that group recently. I told a story that touches my heart and I cried through the whole thing, and someone had kind of made some rude comments.
Adios!
Kevin texted me saying, I don't like that. That's
None
not
of
what this
that.
group's about. And he's gone.
None of
So,
that.
the group is unbelievably supportive. If you need more support, join us.
Also, if you're listening to this and you are on the gram, if you come across something that inspires you, motivates you, or breaks something loose, please screenshot, share it, and tag Alan and myself. And if you are on YouTube watching this, please hammer the thumbs up like button below because, again, trying to change the world.
Strong work.
Yeah, you like that?
So we're each going to tell a nostalgic story
Nostalgic.
from Your World Within Live and a takeaway that we had.
Your World Within Live 2019, I believe, really helped me figure out that I am living my purpose. I was on my way down to lunch, and this young lady came up to me and said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I resonated so very highly with your story. I've been suicidal myself, and I'm in the darkest, lowest point of my entire life. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. I didn't care about going to lunch. I told everybody, I'll see you guys later. I'll catch up with you after. They said, where do you want to go to lunch? I don't care. What do you want? I don't care. I don't care about anything in this moment other than my purpose, my passion, helping this person, serving this person. And I sat down with her. We talked for probably a half hour about her past, about her experiences, about what she's currently going through now, how I could best help her, the advice I would give her. And in that moment, I truly felt that this is my thing. This is my purpose. This is my passion. And just sitting there and sometimes holding space, sometimes giving feedback, trying to help to the best of my nature, my knowledge. It was just amazing to connect with somebody who, because of my vulnerability, because of my story, in the fact that I tell it so openly, she connected. She felt safe. She felt comfortable. She felt confident sharing that with me. And it meant the world to me. It genuinely, I now know not only what my purpose is, how passionate I am about it, but I also know that I can do this. I can do this, and leaving that
At the highest level.
At the highest level. And it was literally leaving that, I was walking on cloud 9. Like, lunch was amazing because of that, but I just felt so accomplished. So if you're watching or listening to this, and you do know what your purpose is or what your passion is, wait for the feelings that you get when you start doing them on a daily basis, and you will live a life that you did not believe was possible. Because that's the feeling I got when I was walking away. This is a whole new life for me, and I will not trade this in for anything.
So you and I are each going to tell a story, and both of us, it's very similar. But okay, so try to provide context here. Circle back 3.5 years ago. How much time do I have? Okay, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Circle back 3.5 years ago, I DM Eddie Pinero on Instagram. He went to Holy Cross, I went to WPI. They're both in Worcester. And I saw a video that he created about bettering your best and how there's no such thing as doing your best because you can always do better than you did. Loved it, resonated with it. I was listening to Ode to Excellence, and I have been for the last 4 years, every single day. Listen to it today. So I DM him and ask him to get coffee. We do some back and forth. I live in Worcester. It didn't end up happening right away. He was in Boston at the time. Fast forward, we have him on this podcast remotely about... Let's rewind a little bit. I met Terrence McMahon at a networking event in downtown Boston at the Intercontinental Hotel at a book publishing seminar. Okay, fast forward a little bit more from there. I got flown down to Jacksonville where T-Mac lived, built that rapport with that mentor. He taught me a lot. He came on the podcast. Then we had Eddie on the show. And by the way, during all of this, Kevin and I were masterminding consistently on a month-to-month or so, probably quarterly basis with Catherine Minnie but Mighty Nash.
Yes.
Your World Within Live was the accumulated compound effect of 10,000 courageous moments that no one ever saw me make. And it's not about the victory. The one thing that I took away from this event more than anything was I realized that day that I have touched the lives of almost every single person who was speaking, and every single client that was there, and every single friend and acquaintance. And later that night, I'm at the beach, and my clients are all on the sand, and we're hanging out. It's like midnight at this point, and I'm in the water. And I'm the farthest in the water because for some reason I'm just not scared. I'm on cloud 9, as Kevin articulated. When you realize your purpose and its fulfillment, you are on cloud 9. It's the greatest feeling in the world. It's ultimately fulfilling. Your cup is completely and utterly full. My cup has never been more full than this moment. And I'm overlooking the boardwalk, and it's unreasonably beautiful. And I'm in the water, and it's midnight. And you can see all the lights all the way down to the left and all the way down to the right. And people you care about are on the beach talking and having fun. Some in the water, but I'm deeper. And I just threw my hands up and took in the moment. And this is the first moment where I got to decompress the whole weekend, where I wasn't, focused on service or results or whatever, where I just got to take it all in. And it was like an overwhelming moment of gratitude, basically where I was in tears, just like, this is beautiful. This is everything. And Margaritaville, the venue that we did an event at that changed people's lives, was right in front of me. And I can look all the way to the right and all the way to the left, all the lights. It was the most beautiful, nostalgic moment of my life. I always go back to this quote, and I want to give it to all of you. Thoreau says this: "If you advance confidently in the direction of your dreams and endeavor to live the life that you yourself have imagined, you will meet with a success unexpected in common hours." Now, that day, there's a lot that we did anticipate. We did anticipate doing the event. We did anticipate some of those speakers. What I never anticipated was how much that room showed me value and admiration and appreciation, most importantly, for the way that I've touched their life. Terrence shouted me out for helping him with fitness. Kevin shouted me out for believing in him. Catherine shouted me out. Eddie, during his speech, mentioned me in a coaching call that we talked about. Like, there was countless times where I felt so unbelievably appreciated and valued, and it made every single dark moment worth it in an instant. And all I could think was, how the hell did I get so lucky? And how do I double and triple down on this and everything that got me here? Because I want to do this on an even greater scale.
Powerful. What a powerful episode. I think that some people, they want to live their passion or their purpose because it seems easier. Like it's, I'm doing something I love every single day. But the flip side of that is the feelings you get after you do it are so incredibly amazing. You feel more energized even though you should be tired.
Right.
You have more belief even though you're overwhelmed. It's just something that I wouldn't trade for the world, and I know you feel the same way.
I would think it's not actually easier. It's more challenging.
It is more
Chasing
challenging.
your dreams is 10 times more challenging than taking the easy road. It takes no effort to rest on what is. But like Kevin just mentioned, like it's gonna fulfill you. It's indescribable. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it makes it all worth it. Every sacrifice I've made, every time I went to the gym when I could have been at a party, every time I could have stayed in a relationship that I knew wasn't serving my greatest level of contribution. Like I've had to give up like some things and persons, places, things, and ideas that I absolutely love. And it made it all more than worth it to see all of that come together.
Some would say we are just getting started.
Some would say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this episode. What are we doing next, Alan?
We are doing a word on change. So small talks
Small talks.
on the word change.
On the word change.
We just did an episode on shaking the snow globe. We did an episode also on Shooketh, yeah. Also on how to manage your state, and then also Your World Within Live reflection just now. Now what do you do with it? How do you actually make change? Now that you have bigger dreams. That was my favorite part about that event. Everyone left that room with bigger dreams than they came in, including me and Kevin.
Yeah.
That is my favorite part about networking events, and that was my intention. Now, how do you implement the changes? That's what this next episode's about.
Absolute fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this. This was a very special episode for both Alan and myself, being able to look back, reflect, and connect the dots, because as you know, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only do it when you're looking back. We hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you on Wednesday.
Talk soon.
Bye.